What's up YouTube, I'm just another guy and welcome back to Gibraltar United. So here we are, the third qualifying phase game, and before we get into this we've got one transfer to go through. Actually we'll go on to the next screen to do that. So yeah, 10,000 people are going to be here today, and hopefully we'll get a result. We really do need a result, especially at home. I would have kind of preferred the home tie in the second leg, just because, you know, depending on how bad or how good our first leg performance is will illustrate, you know, how much we need the home performance. But right now we've just got to get what we can out of this match. I mean, it's going to be tough. It is Olympiacos. They are a very good team. They've had a bit of a love-hate relationship with this competition, but it doesn't mean they're going to have a bad performance against us. I mean, far from it. They could really step it up. But, you know, like I said, we're going to need to get something out of this game because it's going to be very difficult to go to Greece and get a result. So yeah, let's talk about the transfer I wanted to talk about, and that is Colin McCourt. 23 years of age, right midfielder, will be unavailable for selection today due to the fact I couldn't sign him before the final registration. And one of the main reasons for that was because he was at some MLS draft bull crap thing. I have no idea. Basically, I went to try and sign him, and it said I couldn't offer him a contract or a trial or anything because he was at a MLS draft or was available for the MLS draft. So as a result, no one could offer him a contract. And then a few days later I offered him a contract and it all went through fine, perfectly, but then he'd already missed the registration by a day or two. So it was the most infuriating thing to look back and be like, well, if it wasn't for that stupid delay that I couldn't sign him for, maybe he'd be available today. But not a bad player. Northern Irish under-21s or former under-21s international. Started his career at Millwall, went on to Cardiff, never really played, had his best season at Linfield a few years back in the Northern Irish Premier Division. So, not really proven at this level, obviously, but, or like this, at the continental level, obviously at our level of the league, he could do anything, really. But report-wise, he's about the same as Alvaro, but one of the things that would make him above Alvaro in the pecking order is the fact he's got a little bit of potential. Alvaro's contract, I believe, runs out at the end of this year, and he will be leaving because, of course, we've got the new right midfield coming in next season, and also Colin McCourt here. And plus, I want to play McCourt this year and try and see what we can do with this potential. I mean, McCourt himself has only got a one-year deal, but obviously, if we can grow him and stuff, then who's to say how long he'll be at this club? So yeah, interesting to see how McCourt does in the next, or for the remainder of this season, definitely. So, first team-wise, I actually want to make a change. I want to put Di Matteo on the bench and play, Di Matteo on the pitch, sorry, and actually play, and actually drop Dan Morgan down to the bench, because Dan Morgan, despite the fact he is eligible to play, is eligible to be in the starting lineup, I'm not going to play him just for the fact he looks a little bit too tired. But otherwise, it is the same goalkeeper, the same back four as always. The midfield is slightly different, of course. Kirby is playing right mid today in place of the injured Alvaro and the unavailable McCourt. Centre mids are Di Matteo and Mofa, and left mid is Carlos, and up front we have the same strikers of Austin and Miller. The bench is pretty much the same. We've got one new face, I believe, and that is Liam Carlo. This is a name you'll never recognise before, and he's just because he's a youth player. Basically, I wanted a winger on the bench. I wanted someone who could play winger on the bench or striker, because Fernandez can play a winger. And Liam was one of the best players that I saw there. Adds a little bit about him. He'll never ever really feature for this club. He'll probably end up going to another team in this league or in this country. So yeah, you know, while he's here, you'll see him, but I doubt that'll be too much longer until his contract expires. Probably we'll give him number 32. But yeah, let's go out there today. Come on, Gibraltar. Let's get a result. So, the journalist, Danny, whatever, fancies Olympiacos today. We've reached our minimum expectation. Olympiacos went to the season expecting to reach the next round. So, obviously, if we can get a result here or get a result in the tie, it'll be an upset. You know, it'll be preventing the favourites. When everyone loves an underdog. Come on. They're going out there with a 4-3-3, which I'm not particularly pleased about. Who's their striker? Not real. Okay, I just wondered why there was no things on him. You know what? What's Fran Cruz, I should say. He's more of a defensive defender midfielder. What about you? You're definitely quite an attacking player. What about you as well? Definitely more of an attacking player. Looks like they're both turning the mids will be quite attacking minded then, and they'll put these 5 back in defence. I'm just wondering whether I should just I'm not sure. I won't touch it. I was thinking maybe there was something I could do with the midfielders. They look like they could push up quite a bit. But either way, let's go. Kick off. Gibraltar United, Olympiacos. We need something out of this game. We really do. And let's see how we start, because the start will be key. We need I don't mind a relatively quiet first 10 minutes, which is what we've got. And Olympiacos are on the attack, and they've scored. The first attack of the game, and they've scored from 20 yards out, and it's that Nicolas Janvier who has scored. Wasn't a half chance, wasn't a click opportunity. The first shot on target of the game, and they found the back of the net. It's as simple as that. It really is. It really can be. It's Cruz. Is Janvier already scored one so far? I don't want to see him score another. Playing it around the edge of the box. It's gone through to the keeper. Smith, he's gathered it. Alright, let's build up play now. No, you should have distributed it short. I told you to distribute it short to fullbacks and stuff. That means don't boot it forward. Try and play it short. And that's fucking why. Well done, Smith. Well done. And look at that, 2 long shots. I haven't seen this kind of nonsense since the first few years of this competition. I made it very hard on ourselves. Pause the game. Words of encouragement may be needed. I mean, this is the same, pretty much the same team that got a draw against CSKA Moscow. Alright, 43 minutes into the game, maybe our first highlight. Austin dispossessed. It's cleared forward. There should just be yellow shirts. There are. Why are we in yellow? We're at home. Either way. Miller to Austin. Gets us a goal back. Well done, Austin. Rod Austin's first goal of the season. It was a pretty good goal as well. I think that's his weaker left foot. I'm not too sure. I could be wrong there. I'm not sure what foot he is. But good finish. You know, one touch, bang. Keeper's moving the wrong way. Pretty much impossible for him to then save. Back in the game. With them 2 away goals, it's going to be very difficult to get a result out of this tie. If we don't get a win here today, or at least, well, actually, I'll just say, if we don't get a win here today, it's going to be very hard to get anything out of this tie as a whole. 2 away goals is not very easy to overcome. Like I said, going to a place like Greece as well, going to Olympiacos' ground, it's going to be very difficult as well. It's cleared forward. Don't. Fucking, I said, why? Why does this happen? Why? I'm annoyed that the goal's gone in, but look at the defender. He fucking slows down. Why is he so slow? And then you know, I saw this happen to me in another save I don't play on camera about an hour ago. The same goal happened. Is that new with a patch that maybe I don't know about? That it's maybe happening more? And now we're not even getting a highlight and the camera angle's gone all weird. What the 3 goals. What a shocking performance. Austin with a free kick and Miller skies it. Should be doing a lot better there. Here's an attempt. Change camera angle, please. There you go. Cleared forward. This has got to be a goal for Miller. This has got to be a goal for... How is that not a goal for Miller? Come on. That's pathetic. Absolutely fucking pathetic. What a shocking performance today. I cannot get over that. Our Champions League campaign so far has gone from bad to worse. We definitely need a second now before the end of this game, or we will be pretty much out before the second leg. There you go, Austin with another good finish, getting us back in the game at least a little bit more. Backing the tie. Miller not having a particularly great game. Neither is Di Matteo, actually. Let's take him off and bring Morgan on for these last few minutes. Morgan, I think, is our set-piece man. That could make a difference. Who knows? He could score a free kick before the end of the game. Carlos not winning the ball back for us there. And Olympiacos passing it around pretty nicely. Come on, chase him down, Amofa. Oh, no, don't be lunging in like that. Oh, you're joking me. You are joking me. Fuck off. We don't deserve this, really. This game. Apparently this season isn't our year. You know, the game wants to kick us back into place. You're not allowed 2 Champions League runs in a row. What an abysmal, pathetic performance. Fuck that game. Really angry to the team as well. Because that's just a joke. We can play better than that, and we've got to in this second leg now. Well, that's it. Out with a whimper, and I don't really accept that. We've got to score 3 goals against Olympiacos away from home, and if we don't, I'm really annoyed. Alright, let's not waste no time. Let's get into this. Morgan is the only change to the team, coming in at centre mid in the place of Di Matteo. Elsewhere, Saidi comes to the bench. Kurt recovering from his injury in time. Let's just go, because let's face it, our Champions League campaign is already over, and it's pretty pathetic to say that. Let's get this game out of the way. It's been a while since really we've gone into a European game with me not really having much hope, and it's quite poor. I mean, goddamn it, I went into the AC Milan games away from home last year with a bit more hope than I've gone into this match. That's how slim I think our chances are. I'd be really, really surprised, to be honest, if we could get anything out of this match. A draw. I think a draw would be a push. Starting off 5 minutes into the game with a little bit of the ball. We'll probably inevitably miss the chance. I mean, we still can't finish a shot when we get one. 9 times, I mean, majority of the time, not 9 times out of 10. In fact, we've given away the ball, and this looks like it's going to be an Olympiacos chance. And Smith makes a save. I mean, Smith was our hero pretty much last season, but this year he's not doing as well, with 2 screamers scored against him in the last game. Alright, just put it in perspective, by the way, we do need a 3-0 victory in this match. You know, 2-0 would just get it level on aggregate, but of course the away goal then comes into effect. I mean, I think it'd be a really good performance just to get 2-0. I mean, look how this game started now. 21 minutes into the match, and we get to have a real good click opportunity, and Olympiacos have actually had the better chances out of the 2, and they really should be 2-0 up. And the fact that they're not is quite poor on their behalf. Pause the game quickly. Encourage the lads. Let's see if we can play a little better. You know, that would be great if we could. You know, play maybe a little bit better. Olympiacos' corner still in a dangerous area, and there we go. Game over. If it wasn't already, for whatever reason, it is now. 4 goals needed to go through. And we've had 2 shots of the game. Not really a good opportunity yet from us either. Which again isn't good, because we did actually play pretty well last year away from home and stuff. Like I said, we got a draw against CSKA Moscow last year in Russia. We didn't even look too bad against them at home. And we're just being completely destroyed here against Olympiacos. Rod Austin now. Trying to create something. Maybe trying to get a goal himself. Block comes in before we're even able to get a chance away. And that's apparently a click opportunity wasted. Although I never really like them. I like to say they're click opportunities, because shots blocked aren't really click opportunities, because you never really know, because the shot's been bloody blocked. Just 42 minutes into the game, and they had to do anything. I mean, look, we won the ball there with no one in defence, and still we're not able to make them pay. We're not punishing them. They give us opportunities, and we don't do anything. Look at that. Fucking assist from Benitez there. Making it 2-0 to Olympiacos. I am not pleased with our Champions League campaign this season. I thought the second qualifying phase was just maybe a bit of a fluke. I thought, alright, Olympiacos is a tough team. I'll give it that, no. You know, maybe I shouldn't be that annoyed with a defeat to Olympiacos, but the performances we're putting in are nowhere near what we can do. You know, we beat Basel last year. I wouldn't say Basel too far off Olympiacos. Maybe that's just me. maybe after over 10 years that I've been in it now, whatever, it's changed. But I wouldn't say they're that far off each other. But yet, we managed to play pretty well against them. These lot, they beat us comfortably home and away. 2-goal deficit now, and I definitely would say they're going to add to it. Almost scored another screamer to add to their 2 from the last match. Carlos, you might as well come off. You're injured. Preserve you for our Europa League campaign, which will be starting very soon. So frustrating. And the thing is, we're going to get a very, very tough draw as well in the Europa League. Oh, Rod Austin's injured. Rod Austin, of course. Let's bring on Saidi, even though he's not really fit enough. But, I mean, it's not like he can't play flipping 5 minutes. Not even really testing the keeper today. In fact, I doubt we've actually tested the keeper. Them 2 shots on target were probably both straight at him. And I imagine this is going to be Olympiacos 3-0. No, we've tackled them, prevented them, but cleared it forward straight to a red and white shirt, as all good defenders do, obviously. Another challenge, but just allowing them to find even more space. Smith with a save. But it's already too little too late, you know. That save does nothing to the final outcome. And there we go. A shitty year in the Champions League ends in the same way we've been playing all campaign. It's ended in August. Well done, lads. Well done. So we pick up a very, very poor amount of prize money to what we picked up last year. So minuscule in comparison. Carlos as well is out for 6 weeks, which is great. I don't even... well, next time we'll have him fit, but McCourt, but available for selection. But, you know, Alvaro and Carlos will both be out injured, which is not great. When is the Europa League draw? There it is at the bottom. Did it want to load? There it is. Oh god, I'll click back. When is your draws? Schedule August the 11th, I believe, isn't it? Squad registration. When's your draw? 8th. Alright, we'll go to the 8th. That is a testimonial. Hopefully I won't have to play that testimonial before that. Otherwise, that won't be great. I think my assistant does my friendlies anyway. Oh, no, wait. I think I do. I changed it. Yeah, stop scouting that our crappy division. You're going to find no players there. What a crap year in Europe. I mean, we were nearly embarrassed by an Icelandic semi-pro team, and then we were destroyed by Olympiacos. We've never been beaten that bad. We haven't been beaten that badly in Europe for a long time. In fact, when was the last time we were beaten on a 6-2 aggregate scoreline in Europe? Bearing in mind that we've not lost in the knockout round in Europe for a while. 4-0 Tel Aviv 2 years ago. That is 2 years ago, yeah? No. It's not even 2 years ago. That's 3 years ago, 2-0 to Tel Aviv. That's probably our last bad performance. Was either the TNS first leg game, Salzburg. It's been a long time. That's so poor, man. When you look at our past 2 years in Europe, that is just not a good game. Especially last year. I mean, I can't believe I felt the team's grown since last year. I thought we'd improved, but I guess not. Yeah, you can have this guy on loan. I don't care. That's my mentality towards most of my players. We've been an unseeded team, but we could get Basel, I think I just read. So that could be something. We beat them last year. There you go. We are a Group 5 unseeded team. We could get Basel. I wouldn't mind playing. We did beat them last year. Dinapor, I believe it's pronounced. Or is it I have no idea. Dinapor, I thought it was pronounced. A team from the Ukraine. Or we could play the team we played a few years ago, I believe, wasn't it? Or the last time we were in this stage of competition. No, actually, that wasn't, was it? No, it wasn't. It's a different Portuguese team. But I think I definitely want to play Basel. It's maybe quite strange, but I do. We're not going to play Basel. We're going to get one of the teams we've ever played before. Zenit got knocked out. They were in the Champions League last year. How did they get knocked out? They must have just not qualified, actually. But we are going to get the Portuguese team. União? I think União da Madrid? I have no idea. I can't pronounce that. But how have they? What are their European campaigns? What do they look like? So they joined the third qualifying phase. Last year they were not in Europe. The year before that they were in the Champions League best place playoff and lost. The year before that they were in the Champions League playoffs and lost to Werder Bremen. The year before that not in Europe. So they're not exactly the most consistent team in Europe. By that I mean they're not exactly in Europe a lot of the time. But I mean, they're Portuguese. Let's continue forward and get all the official confirmation. But they're Portuguese, and that league is a very good league. So obviously, you know, it's going to be a very tough, very tough game. And again, at home first, which means we need the result. We're going to rely a lot on that first game at home to try and get what we need to survive the second leg away from home. But let's face it, it's not going to be a very good year in Europe unless we get through this stage of competition. We need group stage football now, really, to just maintain a standard. And we have... Jesus Christ, man. Look at the winners. Chelsea, Arsenal, Monaco, Man City, Real Madrid, then Stoke, Tottenham. Real Madrid. Some crazy winners. But yeah, we're going to have to get to the group stages. It's so near impossible now, I'd say, against a top team like that. Do I have any scout reports, actually, of them? Any players scouted? Nope. Let's have a look at their highest valued player, which is, I believe, this £6 million guy. Can't see anyone higher, so I'm going to assume it's this guy. And look at the quality he's got. But although they've got some low valued players in their team, although maybe just because they're young and they play in a league that is good, but is not exactly the best. I don't know. That player didn't look too great, but I can only see a fraction of his stats. But either way, guys, I'll meet you back for that game. So until then, peace out.